Welcome to Ghoul Night and Ghoul Luck, a Rogue Planet horror movie podcast. Today I'm reviewing horror movies, pictorial history of horror movies by Dennis Gifford. And this is a vintage, basically a horror movie picture book that I ordered off of eBay. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick review of this book. I like it a lot. I think it's worth the money. I got it for only $8, but I do see people trying to get about $20 for it. This copy is a little beat up. So we'll go ahead and take a look. It's got a really nice jacket. It's just the inside cover art. One thing I noticed when I was looking through this book is that it seems to get better the further I go along. So there's just tons of great pictures. And by the time I get to the end of it, there's a lot of cool modern stuff. You know, basically we'll start off with a lot of early silent horror films, and then it will get into things like Universal and later on Hammer horror. So it does deal with a lot of North American, European horror. We'll see what else is in here. There's Vincent Price. There's a good variety of horror. I like looking at all the old practical effects because obviously before that they didn't have CGI, and I think today practical effects really stand out and people still love them, and I think people are a little bummed on a decade or so of CGI. CGI is usually only good when it's really expensive and top notch. And practical effects have a lot to do with the creativity of the filmmakers and the makeup people. So, it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is a a movie I'm really curious about that I'm going to try to watch as soon as I can. The Mystery of the Mary Celeste. I love this picture right here. Wonderful makeup, great photographs, cool stories. Probably something if you hunt around, it probably isn't too rare, and you could pick it up maybe at a thrift store. I mean, just look at that. And the cool thing about a book like this is it's basically, it's like a time capsule. You don't see these kind of movies anymore. Or if you do, it's very rare. And probably just has to do with the economics of the film industry. Seems like there's a lot of big budget movies and almost like zero budget movies and not a lot in between right now. The Phantom of Soho. That's pretty awesome. And just by looking at the index right here, you can tell, how many different movies that this covers. It's just tons. All in alphabetical order, just goes for pages. There's the back, inside artwork and dust jacket. The author. The back artwork is amazing. They tried to fit as many old movie monsters on there as they could. And on the front, of course, you got something similar, but mostly Universal. And let's see. This page I love because it's a lot of just quotes. Like right here, we have Bela Lugosi as Dracula. To die, to be really dead, that must be glorious. I took a gorilla and working with infinite care, I made my first man. Dr. Moreau, Charles Lawton, great actor. I meddled in things that man must leave alone. Exclamation point, Claude Rains. Just tons of cool stuff. Check out this book if you can. Maybe you can get it at the library. I don't know. And that concludes this retro review of a pictorial history of horror movies by Dennis Gifford. It's published in 1973.